Hi there, I'm Aki from Aki Gaming, and welcome to another episode of My Waifu or Husbando is Better Than Yours. Each episode, we will be putting two heroes into the spotlight and see who reigns supreme over the other. First, they will be judged by all of their attributes, which includes their stats, weapons, skills, etc. Then, we will put them into a battle simulator to see who's the better one when head-on. Not only that, we will be also giving them their best possible skill build and put them into the ultimate mass battle showdown to see who will be crowned the winner of My Waifu or Husbando is Better Than Yours. Let's not wait any longer and introduce our contestants. Standing on the left corner, the kludgy member of the Shepherds has strong affinity for animals. The Maid of Flowers, Sumia! And standing on the right corner, the son of Azura, fond of singing and painting, the uplifting artist, Shigure! And here we go, Pegasus Knight versus Pegasus Knight, Lance versus Lance. Who is the better flying blue waifu or husbando? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? Round 1, stats and skills. Let's start with their base stats total. Sumia has a BST of 162, and Shigure's BST is also 162. It's a draw. What about their hit points? Sumia has 39 HP, and Shigure has 40. Shigure scores first. Let's look at their base attack now. Sumia's attack is 30, and Shigure is 33. Shigure strikes again, 02. What about their speed? Who is the faster unit among the two? Sumia has a speed of 39, and Shigure has 37. Sumia finally scores. Now, let's look at the defense. Sumia has 29 points in defense, and Shigure has 27. The Maid of Flower equalize. Last, their magic resistance. Sumia has a resistance of 25, and Shigure has also 25. It's a draw. After comparing their stats, the score is currently tied at 2-all. Next, let's compare their weapon. Sumia wields a lance called Repriser Lance. It has a might of 14 and grants her a +6 attack during combat if foe initiates combat. Besides that, it could be refined to boost her stats. What about Shigure? He wields the Harmonic Lance that has a might of 13, and if special triggers, he deals +10 damage. Same as Sumia's weapon, it also could be refined. So, who has the better weapon? According to the rating system from Game 8, Repriser Lance is rated lower than Harmonic Lance. Shigure wins the weapons fight. Next, we won't be looking at their assist, special, passive B and C, since one of them doesn't have it. However, we will still go through it for your knowledge. Sumia has free position, a movement assist skill that moves target ally to opposite side of her. And Shigure, he has a special called Noontime that restores HP equal to 30% damage dealt with a cooldown of 2. Now, their passives. Sumia has Attack Defense Link in slot B, a passive that grants a +6 attack defense to unit and target ally if a movement assist skill is used by unit or target units. On the other hand, Shigure has Ward Flyers in C that grants flying allies within 2 spaces a +4 defense resistance during combat. Last, let's compare their passive in A. Sumia has Close Defense. If foe initiates combat uses sword, lance, axe or dragonstone, she gets a +6 defense resistance during combat. How about Shigure? He has Darting Stance, a passive that grants him a +6 in speed during combat if foe initiates. Who will take the last point? And once again, by referring to Game 8, Close Defense is rated higher than Darting Stance, so the last point goes to Sumia. And that concludes round 1. With a score of 3 against 3, the result of the first round ended in a draw. Okay, let's hope this doesn't end up like the previous episode. Now, let's move on to round 2, head-on fight. For this segment, I'm going to use the FEH damage calculator by Andu Krandu. First, we are just going to let them brawl with their default skills and IV with no buff. Instead of looking at result for only one round, we will look at one full turn instead. And here's the result. Sumia gets to take Shigure down when defending first, thanks to her build which favors enemy face. Even though Shigure has a stand skills that boost his speed, but because of their difference in base speed, it wasn't enough to let him attack twice. With that, the default fight goes to Sumia. Next, how about we give them some skill inheritance? For your information, the build shown might not be the common way you would build them, as it will optimize for the highest winning rate. For Sumia, Refined Harmonic Lance, Moonbow, Fury, Chill Defense, Odd Attack Wave, and an Attack Defense Seal. For Shigure, he will use the exact same build as Sumia. And the result? It's a double KO. Whoever attacked first will get beaten down during their opponent phase. And of course, the survivor took quite a beating too despite winning. Hence, it's a draw for the skill inheritance fight. But since Sumia has a point during the default fight, the winner of the second round goes to the Maid of Flower.
Guess those thighs. Guess those thighs.
Before we proceed to the final segment, let's look back at the results so far. Sumia has one win compared to the uplifting artist with only a draw. And now Shigure desperately needed a win in the next round in order to prevent Sumia from winning. So would the klutzy Shepherds takes home the title? Let's find out in round 3, Mass Battle. For this segment, we will be using the same damage calculator as round 2 to calculate how effective are they against all the other heroes. And the result will be in the form of percentage. Here's the formula. Instead of looking at the result for one full turn, we will now also consider the result of one round. And each category will be given a point for the winner, which makes it a total of 8 points. First, we will calculate the result with their default build. Here's the result for one round of initiation. And Sumia has the higher winning rate of 61.6% compared to Shigure with 60.8%. Next, let's have a look at the result for one full turn with attacking phase first. And Sumia still has the better rate of 57.4%, which is 2.4% more than Shigure. Now, defending. Here's the result for one round of defense. And Shigure did better when defending with 57.7% compared to Sumia's 52.9%. Moving on to one turn of defense. Again, Shigure performed better with a winning rate of 67.3%, about 7% more than Sumia. The score is currently tied at 2-2. Now, let's look at the result after inheriting skills. Who will perform better this time? For one round of initiation... Whoa, 98%! Shigure has an insanely high winning rate. What about one full turn by initiating first? And once again, Shigure is still slightly ahead with 97.6 over 96%. What if enemy attack first? How different would the result be? And for one round of defense... Whoa, both having the same winning rate. It's a draw. Lastly, let's look at the result for one turn of defense. What? Another tie? What is the chances of this happening? And that's the end to round 3. With a score of 2-4, the winner of the last round goes to Shigure! And ladies and gentlemen, with both parties having a win and a draw, I have to announce the result of this episode. My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours concluded in a draw. 2 weeks in a row. Let's see how long will this streak last this time. Anyway, this week's matchup is an interesting encounter, especially in the final segment. I was really impressed with their high winning rate. 98% winning rate for Shigure? Never crossed my mind that the uplifting artist was that good. And not to mention, He's available as a 4-star unit in the regular pool too, whereas Sumia is currently locked at 5-star. So what's your thought on the result? Who do you think should have been the better waifu or husbando? Let's discuss. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and press on the notification icon to Aki Gaming for more interesting content like this. You could also leave a comment below to suggest who would you like to feature in a future episode. By the way, for those who likes a challenge, could you come out with a build that has a higher win rate than what I listed here? Do let me know. Here's the winning pair from last poll. Thank you for watching and hope to see you on the next episode of My Waifu or Husbando is Better Than Yours.